Day 2, a little bit of rain. It's going to be a good day. Talk to Pat. He's pretty psyched. Do a little inside fishing here. Be good.
Good morning. Big Fish Monday.
Big Fish Monday.
Morning. A little bit of rain. It should be good. We're looking forward to fishing inside today.
Morning. Day 2. It's going to be a good one. It's be a lot of fun. That's about it.
And awkward.
Yeah.
I forgot to say good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to another episode of My Backyard. Today is day 2 of our annual Canada trip, and the weather has turned. Hey, at least we didn't get run over today. We'll be fishing from inside Port San Juan, heading a little westward along the coast in a little bit. The fish curtain is definitely in play today. A motley crew if I ever saw one. The bite was soft on the inside.
Yeah, that shallow water, you really gotta let it go. Like broke off.
We lose him?
It came off.
And then
Keep your tip up. I'm just messing with you, bro.
I'm trying to help you. I'm not trying to be a dick.
Port San Juan is an inlet along the Pacific coast of Vancouver Island in British Columbia, Canada. It was formed from the San Juan and Leech River faults which flank the northern and southern slopes of the San Juan Valley. The San Juan and Gordon rivers empty into the inlet from the northeast. The town of Port Renfrew is located on the southern shore of Port San Juan near the outlet of the San Juan River. The inlet can be accessed from Victoria via Highway 14, from Lake Cowichan via the Pacific Marine Circle Road, or by boat from the Strait of Juan de Fuca. Smaller king, but we have one in the box.
Skating.
And now it's Pat's turn.
The big leg. Something on the back of the head or something.
Yeah, came up to check it out.
The lingcod, Ophiodon elongatus, also known as the buffalo cod or cultus cod, is a fish of the greenling family, Hexagrammidae. It is the only extant member of the genus Ophiodon. A slightly larger extinct species, Ophiodon ozymandias, is known from fossils from the late Miocene of Southern California. Ophiodon elongatus is native to the North American West Coast.
I wish it was a sea bass.
From Shumagan Islands in the Gulf of Alaska to Baja California, Mexico. It has been observed up to a size of 60 inches and a weight of 130 pounds.
It's pretty small.
As it was a small lingcod, we decided to let it go. Next up, Pat with another chance at the prize pool.
It's not that bad.
Smaller than we'd like, but with the bite this slow, we decide not to be picky. Finally, someone's got a big one on. It's Craig's turn at the rod.
Holy shit.
According to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Association, or NOAA, U.S. wild-caught Chinook salmon is a smart seafood choice because it is sustainably managed and responsibly harvested under U.S. regulations. NOAA Fisheries works in cooperation with federal, state, tribal, and Canadian officials to manage the commercial, recreational, and tribal harvest of salmon and steelhead in ocean and inland waters of the West Coast and Alaska. When they're in the ocean, Chinook salmon are blue-green on the back and top of the head with silvery sides and white bellies. They have black spots on the upper half of the body and on both lobes of the tail fin.
Those teeth got through the line finally. It did?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Next up, Phil.
Oh, there he goes.
There you go, Phil.
Clear.
Chinook salmon are anadromous, meaning they hatch in freshwater streams and rivers, then migrate out to the saltwater environment of the ocean to feed and grow.
Were you watching this side?
Yeah. Hey, Pat. I'm gonna try to. Do we need the net, Phil?
Uh-oh, real, he come off.
Nope, he's still there.
You don't think so, Phil?
He's still there. He's still there.
Chinook salmon are the largest of the Pacific salmon, hence the name king salmon.
I don't think he's done yet.
They can grow as long as 4.9 feet and up to 129 pounds, but typical length and weight of mature fish are about 3 feet and 30 pounds. They spend a few years feeding in the ocean, then return to their natal streams or rivers to spawn, generally in the summer or early fall.
That's the one we're looking for. No.
Chinook salmon sexually mature between the ages of 2 and 7, but are typically 3 or 4 years old when they return to spawn.
We're clear ahead, Nelson.
Chinook dig out gravel nests, or redds, on stream bottoms where they lay their eggs. All Chinook salmon die after spawning. Young Chinook salmon feed on terrestrial and aquatic insects, amphipods, and other crustaceans. Older Chinook primarily feed on other fish. Fish, such as whiting and mackerel, and birds eat juvenile Chinook salmon. Marine mammals, such as orcas and sea lions and sharks, eat adult salmon. Salmon are also primary prey for southern resident killer whales, an endangered species.
There you go. Give him some slack.
Ooh, that's...
I'll take that. Good job, man.
Hey!
Thanks, Neil.
Oh, it's hooks.
Phil?
Yeah!
Next up, yours truly. We're fishing Camper Creek in the Strait of Juan de Fuca. The Strait of Juan de Fuca, officially named Juan de Fuca Strait in Canada, is a body of water about 96 miles long that is the Salish Sea's main outlet to the Pacific Ocean. The international boundary between Canada and the United States runs down the center of the strait. It was named in 1787 by the maritime fur trader Charles William Barclay, captain of the Imperial Eagle, for Juan de Fuca, the Greek navigator who sailed the Spanish expedition in 1592 to seek the fabled Strait of Anian. Barclay was the first non-indigenous person to find the strait, unless Juan de Fuca's story was true. The Salish Sea is a marginal sea of the Pacific Ocean located in the Canadian province of British Columbia and the U.S. state of Washington. It includes the Strait of Georgia, the Strait of Juan de Fuca, Puget Sound, and an intricate network of connecting channels and adjoining waterways. The sea stretches from the channels of the Discovery Islands north of the Strait of Georgia to Budd Inlet at the south end of Puget Sound. It is partially separated from the open Pacific Ocean by Vancouver Island and the Olympic Peninsula. Much of the coast is part of the Pacific Northwest megalopolis. The region is anchored by Metro Vancouver to the north and Metro Seattle to the south. Other cities on the Salish Sea include Bellingham, Port Angeles, and Victoria. As of 2021, the region is home to 8.76 million people.
Nice fish.
Nice! Yeah! There you go!
There you go.
Oh, yeah!
Yes, sir.
We sing you the song of my people. Keep your tip up.
It's in my pants.
That's funny. Another one?
Well, those guys got one behind us too. The bite is hot.
Just to tell. Those first two could wind up in the crab pot.
Next up, John. According to Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife, commercial and recreational fisheries not only contribute employment and personal income, but also contribute in several other significant ways to Washington's economy, as well as to its residents' quality of life. In terms of economic impacts, commercial and recreational fishing conducted in Washington fisheries directly and indirectly supported an estimated 16,374 jobs and $540 million in personal income in 2006.
Another nice one.
When viewed in the context of the Washington state economy, these levels of employment and earnings account for about 0.4% of total statewide employment and about 0.2% of total statewide personal income in 2006. Recreational fishing generates the larger share of economic impacts, supporting 12,850 jobs, or more than 3/4 of the fishing-related jobs in 2006. Of the jobs supported by recreational anglers, state residents accounted for more than 90% of the spending that supports these jobs. While the spending by non-resident anglers contributes to the tourism economy in Washington state, spending by resident anglers serves to direct discretionary consumer spending towards fishing-related goods and services. As a consequence, spending by non-resident anglers plays a more pivotal role in supporting the state economy than does the spending by resident anglers.
I might not be in first place anymore here for the minute.
How quick it lasts. It's fleeting.
We need ballast on the starboard side.
Oh, that's another nice one. Shit, I didn't think it was as big as I thought.
Oh, you got him coming. Turn.
Pull out there and come back up.
It's another hoggy.
John and his hogs.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Oh, I think that's the biggest one.
That's definitely the heaviest.
That's the big one. So far.
Let's see how long it is.
Didn't we say we were going by weight?
That's what I'm pretty sure.
That's what the guy says. When he gets the Oompa Loompa, now all of a sudden it's by weight.
John always gets the hogs. What's up with that?
Nice fish, John. Thank you. Good
That is a hog.
On.
Good job, John. Good landing skills.
Fish till we lose these last. The Redeemer crank.
I can see me losing this.
As Craig attempts to bring in another large king salmon, let's talk about the salmon's life cycle. The life histories of different salmon stocks along the West Coast is diverse and complex. While all salmon exhibit the same general life cycle components,
Oh! Came out of the water all the way. Did a triple lending. Back down.
different types of stocks of salmon can vary widely in how those components actually occur or for how long. Adult salmon spawn in freshwater, where female salmon lay thousands of eggs that are fertilized by male salmon. Spawning can occur in spring, summer, fall, or winter and depends on the salmon species. After spawning, adult salmon die and their bodies provide nutrients for the freshwater ecosystem. Eggs are buried in gravel nests called redds, and salmon can stay in their eggs for several weeks to months until they hatch. Once eggs hatch, the juvenile fish, called fry, can stay in the gravel nest to feed for 3 to 4 months.
And then if try to get some boat, walk out. Put the rod under the water.
As juvenile salmon grow, they may remain in the freshwater rivers anywhere from a few hours to several years, depending on the species and other environmental factors. As juvenile salmon swim towards the ocean, they begin the process called smoltification, transforming from living in freshwater to living in saltwater. The smolts may stay in estuaries from a few days to several weeks to feed, adapt, and prepare to enter the ocean. Species of salmon can spend from 1 to 6 years in the ocean as they mature and grow into adults. While in the ocean growing, salmon feed on small fish, squid, eels, and shrimp. When salmon are ready to reproduce, they migrate from the ocean back into freshwater rivers and streams to their spawning grounds. On their journey, they may encounter rapids, waterfalls, predators, and hydroelectric dams. Once salmon reach their freshwater spawning grounds, females dig a gravel nest and the life cycle begins again.
Got him.
Oh, yeah.
That's a nice one.
Good job.
Oh, I fucked up here. I got something fucked up there.
Craig. Boom!
It's gonna be a low sturvy.
It took a while for the bite to turn on, but it sure made the crew a lot more happy when it did.
We had some bad luck to start, but we finished with some really good luck at Camper Creek. And we don't have to go sea bass fishing. This is probably the best news yet.
Another great weekend of salmon fishing with the guides in Port Renfrew. If you're interested, I highly recommend chartering with Nelson Carger or Steve French. The Beatles had their Maharishi. We have Craig, and Craig says, thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next adventure.